Hello there. This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2 for what you guys can expect to see there with this episode here upcoming on Disney Plus, of course. This video we're going to be specifically kind of discussing the runtime of this episode, as well as some different things here and there that you might be able to expect to see in this episode here as well. However, I would like to have a full kind of in-depth more video here rather in the next couple of days where we really go into depth of what to expect with different predictions and theories for what to see in the next episode of The Mandalorian Season 3. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already to be notified for when that video also comes out. In this video, we're going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As a read, despite still being a week out, the runtime for Episode 2 of The Mandalorian Season 3 has been revealed. The third season of the flagship Star Wars Disney Plus series is here, and fans are getting their first taste of Grogu and Din Djarin in quite some time. A little bit too long at that. Early reactions to the new season's first 2 episodes are in, and critics are ravenously eating it up, this latest adventure in a galaxy far, far away. Now, here on the channel, we haven't really talked all that much about the, Rotten Tomatoes and critic reviews and everything like that. However, that is something I would like to discuss in a separate future video here on the channel as well. Despite the premiere's lean runtime of 35 minutes, the series supposedly, quote-unquote, according to the critic reviews, kicks off with a bang, and then does not really let up from there, although that is something that we kind of discussed in our breakdown and reaction video here on the channel that you guys can watch now. Anyway, despite all of this, how long is Episode 2 of The Mandalorian Season 3? According to @Cryptic4K Qual over on Twitter, who has shared numerous accurate runtimes in the past, reported that Episode 2 will clock in around 42 minutes long. This length, which is notably 7 minutes longer than this season's premiere, does not include the subtitle or dubbing credits given and featured in the initial production credits, so US viewers can expect Episode 2 to be listed for around 45 minutes on their Disney Plus apps. That is honestly really what this show is going to be in need of. One of the most complaints that I've heard here, however, with the premiere of Season 3 of The Mandalorian is its runtime for the premiere, and not just that, but the main thing and the heavy thing, and I've kind of come to grow on this here as well, and it's kind of my only problem with the Season 3 premiere is the pacing in the episode. We're kind of jumping around from here, and here, and everything kind of is going a little bit too fast in my own thoughts and opinions. Now, myself, I've watched the Episode 1 Season 3 Mandalorian premiere a whopping 4 times actually at this point. However, I really do believe that the rest of the premiere of Season 3 is really quite great. Now, talking on the topic here of critic reviews and everything like that, Episode 2 is getting a substantial praise, being described as a quote-unquote delight and a quote-unquote incredible in every sense of the word by comicbook.com, saying that in full quote, The Mandalorian Season 3 has a pretty sluggish start with Episode 1. Episode 2, though, is incredible in every sense of the word. The Mandalorian allure is some of the most interesting storytelling in all of Star Wars, and boy howdy, Episode 2 of Season 3 is really such a delight, ending that quote right there. Decider.com at the same time shared a similar positive reaction to the second episode of Season 3 of The Mandalorian, remarking that after some table setting in Episode 1, Episode 2 is where it kicks into classic Mando, saying that in full quote, The Mandalorian starts slowly in the Season 3 premiere, despite a big action scene with some table setting and reintroductions. Episode 2 is where it kicks into classic Mando and finds its groove. Regardless, there's memeable Grogu stuff in both of these episodes, and that's all that really matters, ending that quote right there. And of course, while Grogu is a fun part of the story, he's not the entirety of the story of The Mandalorian. There's so much more. Although that doesn't go to say that he isn't a fan favorite, of course. Aside from all that, what can we really expect to see in Episode 2 of The Mandalorian, plot-wise and everything like that? Really, much has been made about the record-breaking Mandalorian Season 3 premiere, and its lower than expected runtime with 35 minutes, but it seems like that was only a minor bump in the road, if that is what one wants to call it. After the narrative quote-unquote table setting of Episode 1, the second entry into Season 3 of The Mandalorian will seemingly kick things into full gear, with an action-packed 40-plus minute runtime. And so having a longer runtime for Episode 2 means that the pacing can also be better for this episode. As I had mentioned earlier on, that's really my only complaint after watching the first episode of Season 3 around 4-ish times now at this point in time of recording and publishing this video. It really feels like the narratives that we saw in Episode 1 really kind of jumped around a little bit too much and a little bit too quickly. So something that maybe follows through and flows through rather a little bit more seamless is definitely something that I am looking forward to seeing. And while nothing has been confirmed officially, episode 2 feels like when Mando and Grogu will get their journey on the planet of Mandalore started in earnest, setting up what is to come into the rest of the season, which is going to run all the way through by the end of April. Their travels to the Mandalorian homeworld of Mandalore have been one of the main focuses in the narrative in the lead up to the 3rd season, and all the marketing and promoting and all the trailers and everything like that, when what was first set up in the Book of Boba Fett with the Mandalorian-centric episodes in that show. And episode 2 feels like the perfect place for the fireworks to really begin here. And as for where the whereabouts of episode 2's length will sit when compared to the rest of season 3, this runtime is likely around where fans can expect much of the season to fall into. In the sense that, fingers crossed, we'll have these more longer, closer to 45 minutes to an hour long episodes for the rest of season 3 of The Mandalorian. Most overall episodes of the series fall around that 40-minute long window, with only a select few reaching around the 40-minute ceiling, with the season 2 premiere of The Mandalorian being one of the longest ones. Now, from there, that is where the article concludes, and as I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have this full article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. So let's take a step back here and kind of review over this, essentially, recap everything that we talked about and discussed in this video. Currently based off of the different rumors and also some of the different critic reviews here for what we can expect to see in The Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 2 is that the runtime is going to be around 45 minutes long, so comparably that makes a lot of sense compared to other episodes of The Mandalorian, as they all kind of seem to be around that 45-minute to an hour-long mark. And for another thing is that a lot of these critic reviews from Decider.com and also from comicbook.com are saying that this is really where the action begins to really go full-fledged here, where episode 1 was exactly what a premiere is and what it's meant to be, essentially. As I had mentioned in those videos, in our reaction video and in our breakdown video here on the channel, you guys can go watch those now, is that episode 1 does exactly what a premiere is supposed to do for a beginning of a season. It's supposed to lay the groundwork and set the table, essentially, as this article describes. So I really think it goes without saying that we're in for a treat for the next episode of The Mandalorian. I'm so pumped. I'm beyond excited for the next coming weeks here. The next 2 months is going to be action-packed and filled with every week Mandalorian Season 3 episodes, and I'm here for it. We're going to be talking about all of it here on the channel, discussing it, breaking it down, explaining it all here on the channel with reaction video, breakdown videos, and everything above, talking about The Mandalorian Season 3. We don't just talk about that, though. We talk about all types of Star Wars related content, anywhere from overall Star Wars news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel that we like to discuss and talk about. So if you guys are into any of that, hit the subscribe button now and join us here on the channel. Of course, I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What do you want to see in The Mandalorian Season 3 overall, and what are you looking forward to seeing in the next episode? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. May the Force be with you as always. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.